If you've got the target of pink to improve your conclusions, this is an example of a great conclusion. You can see it's detailed. They pick out their most convincing piece of evidence and they explain why they disagree with the statement. Pause the video and have a look at this conclusion to help you to understand how you could improve yours. What's great about this, in conclusion I agree to a point that it was luck but Harold's mistakes were the key. Without his mistakes, so this is really clever because he explains by saying what would be the problem if he didn't make those mistakes, or what would have been different, and backs it up. You can't question it. He would have had housecarls, rested men with better protection, and a victory in the battle would be a better way of putting that. It's really well, thoroughly hammered home and explained what the conclusion should be. Most students, as is understandable, failed to do on their first assessment enough explaining. This student starts off. Lots of you did the first bit, as this student did, saying luck played a huge part and talking about how the Saxons had just fought a battle, but this student adds, meaning the Saxons would be exhausted. Now it's only a little bit of explanation, but it meant that student got a higher grade, and it's hopefully you can see from this it's not difficult to do some explanation. You could try do this if connectives was one of your targets. Another example of the connectives at work here. Many of you did this. So something else like William Wing was Harold's mistakes. An example of this, you bring in Harold's mistakes in falling for the clever tactics and failing to listen to his brother's advice. Loads of you wrote that, but it's the bit there, therefore. He ignored that, and therefore his troops were unrested and uninjured. It's that little bit of explanation. Obviously you can take it a bit further and a bit more detailed, but it's got to be in there, and that's what the sort of thing we need to work on. If you really want to take it to the next stage, this is the sort of thing you could be doing, because in this one we've got, actually forgot to underline it, but towards the top, this was incredibly important because it meant, that's a connective. Further down in the same paragraph, this helped because, and you can see another example as well underlined there. If you want to be excellence, you'll not just use one connective, you'll use a few. You might use this meant that, and as a result of this. See if you can use more than one connective in a paragraph today to explain yourself absolutely thoroughly. Go back on through the video, pause where you need to, use these examples to help you out, and put your hand up if you need my help.